Well, hello, I'm Mike Festiva. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, this is my 1990 Suzuki Carry Kei truck. It's a little 4x4 with a locking rear differential and a home-built camper on the back. I built this camper about 3 years ago. This video, we're going to take out the truck, do a little bit of off-road and exploring, clearing some back roads, looking for a premium camping spot in Western Washington in the middle of winter. We don't get a lot of snow in winter, but we get a lot of rain. So if it's something you're interested in and going out camping, exploring, and cooking good food, stick around and enjoy the video. So to start off with, the mini truck's not running. It's been down for about 5 months, chasing problems with not getting fuel, chasing wiring issues, checking fuel pump relays, found a few bad grounds and an intermittent fuel pump, replaced the electrical fuel pump, and this is a good sound. Nice. Finally figured it out. So there's the culprit. Now with the truck running, it's time to pack up and head out on the road. Wait. Actually got a few chores I gotta knock out first. So run up to the mill, grab some cedar, go down, take some measurements of the mini truck, start cutting some cedar boxes. I've actually wanted to make some boxes for underneath my storage bench here, my sleeping bench, for a while now. So I'm cutting these out real quick, get these knocked out of the way. Next off, grab some propane, load up the propane, switch it out for my hot water. Do a little bit of laundry to help out the family. Bring in some firewood and kindling to load up for the firewood box. Finally, can use those cedar boxes and pack them up with some food for the trip. Been using this little cardboard box under my bunk for about 2 years. Held up fine, but the cedar's gonna be a little nicer. So get this stuff packed up. Premium weather, rain in between the 40s and 50s. So gonna get out in the camper. Got all our chores done. Let's hit the road. Ready to go. Let's see. So that's collecting about the last hour. Kind of a crummy day out here, but hey, it's the weekend. I got all my stuff done at home that I needed to, and gonna try to make the most of just a one-night little camping trip. You know, what do they call a Sunday day after 2 days of rain? Monday. That's usually how it's been rolling these days. Here with my side-by-side, but mini truck and side-by-side, two different things. Mini truck's pretty capable, but still, I think I can squeeze it through here. Those branches are probably gonna hit the camper and awning pretty hard, but should be fine. Note to self, turn off windshield wipers before driving through a bunch of trees and branches. Despite the rain, the water dripping off the bed of my mini truck here, the rain has actually let up quite a bit. The spot we're going to camp is just over that ridge there. Beautiful view when the clouds break. So we're going to check this area out. We may go somewhere else though. So the spot I was thinking about camping was in this area. Beautiful view of a lake, but it's a highway down there and awful lots of houses around that lake. That'd be a fine spot to camp, but I feel like rolling up the little hills a little bit further, just kind of even get away from people even more. Probably another 20 minutes or so I can be in another camping spot I have in mind. Beautiful out here though, really cool with the clouds rolling by. I turned my dip lock on for this one and shut off the windshield wipers for this one.
Suzuki Carry
So I really do enjoy having the heated cab, windshield wipers, and I don't know, just a more cozy vehicle. The ride is just not the same as my Yamaha Rhino, but I stay pretty warm in here. What do you do? This looks pretty neat over here. Big steep drop off. It's all whited out from the heavy fog. So I'm pretty sure this is the spot. Even though it's pretty logged out around here, it's got a good northwest feel with the clouds and fog rolling through here. And once in a while you get a nice break and you can see the mountaintops up in the deeper mountains. But like snow level right now, this is February, early February. Snow level's so high right now. All the ski resorts in Washington are basically, hasn't snowed in weeks. So it's gonna be warm, wet camping here. Not a big thing for me, but once the clouds break here, there's some beautiful views, so I think this is going to be the camping spot. So the clouds are already lifting in the valley, which is awesome. Barely raining, so this is shaping up to be pretty decent. So last time I was out on a really rainy trip, I decided I'm going to go for an awning now. And I picked this little thing up. It goes under 200 bucks, bolted right on. Perfect time to try out the awning. I think that should do it. This is one from one of my Japanese friends. Os. 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 Clouds lifted again. It's really funny. I'm hearing a frog down there. Beginning of February. I mean, I've heard this before in February, but it takes a pretty warm winter. Looking for a mate, I guess. Can't fault the guy. Whoa, 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 what do we got here?
The quest for the Holy Grail.
Man, this place used to have some motorcycle trails up here, and there were some beautiful trails in all these woods, and a lot of these trees for Washington are tiny, they didn't even seem like they're worth harvesting. Seems so pointless, especially if you wait 20 more years. There's going to be some good trees, but yeah, must be just ribbon from leftover logging activity. Usually you'll find spray paint cans and various other stuff. It looks like a freaking bomb went off up here. I mean, we all use lumber for most of our houses, but maybe we need to scale back a little bit. I mean, I'm all for renewable crop, but man, just open the area up for people to come back here and get some firewood. There's so many cords of firewood in this area. As you see, it has all been replanted, which is really nice because these trees grow super fast. We got lots of rain out here and real mild climate. Well, this is cool. This is the old trail used to ride up here on. This was a pretty nice trail a few years back before it got cut. Looks like I have to come back up here at the saw. More ribbon. Yeah. Like I said, this whole trail is beautiful through here. Guess we're gonna have some views for a while. That's one thing. Some light and some views, but it is what it is. A little bit more trash. Not a lot, which is nice. Clean area up here. At least it's heading out of here. Might clear up after all. It's a few hours before dark, but I feel like cooking some food. Got some stuff to make a tasty burger. Got 2 ciders I picked up. My son collects bottle caps and I thought he might like these. Pear, and I got an apple. Gonna get into a little, oh man, the view is insane. I gotta turn the camera around, and I brought a little appetizer. This is a little smoked fillet of smoked kokanee. Me and the boys caught this last spring and threw a bunch of them in the smoker and trying to get stocked up on smoked fish. And these little kokanees, they're thin, but they really pack in the flavor. Funny thing is, just caught them from that lake just down the hillside we're looking at a camp spot at. But yeah, local, can't get much better than that. So I stopped by Harbor Freight the other day after running a bunch of different errands in town, and the manager lady knows me fairly well. She's seen my truck many times, and she's seen some of the YouTube videos I've done, and she's like, "That's a cute little camper. Did you build it?" I was like, "Yep, built the camper me and my brother did a few years back for our trucks." And she asked some other questions about it, and then she's like, "You know," she got a big grin. She's like, "A grizzly bear could probably knock that thing over, though." I was like, "Yeah, probably could." Luckily, we don't have grizzlies in Western Washington, but we do got brown bears. I bet a Sasquatch could knock this thing over too, though. That was a pretty funny remark. I was like, "Yeah, I bet a grizzly could get pushing on this thing and knock it over." It's the beauty of cast iron. Got some smoked cheese in here and some regular cheddar. Also keep some butter in here and some bacon fat. You know, those little cedar boxes turned out great. I've been meaning to do something like that for a long time, and speaking of time, just don't feel like you got enough to just justify sitting down for 45 minutes or so and getting out some tools. And so busy with life, and like as we all are, and something like this may outlive me. You know, it's a simple cedar box, and try not to get wrapped up too much in perfectionism. You just got to be realistic about it, and I don't want to be that way. So I've tried really hard just to go with things. I mean, there's so many imperfections with these things. I didn't have my jigsaw, so I just kind of cut this out, just kind of freehand with the oscillating saw, and you know, there's gaps, things like that, but good enough. That's just some scrap from the mill. Imperfections and all just adds to the character of it. Simplicity to go on these quick overnights. It's like grabbed a few things out of the fridge. Yesterday we had some burgers at home, so I made an extra patty anticipating we're gonna go on this trip. I already seasoned it up. Made coleslaw. It was super simple to make, so I had a bunch at the house, so I threw some of that in a little container as to go. Throw a little bit of smoked cheddar on here. A little chopped onion and some cheddar cheese. I like cooking pretty good food when I'm out in my mini truck camping because I can, you know, like this is a simple thing. I'm used to backpacking with everything you need for 5 to 7 days on your backpack. You gotta eat pretty miserable meals. Out here, it's like, it's pretty simple, really basic setup, but I can eat really good food out here, so might as well, because when you're out camping, you usually just got those terrible freeze-dried meals because you're trying to save weight, you know, for 5 days. Dijon, honey mustard, vinaigrette here. So, convenience. I got mayonnaise, Dijon, and barbecue because that's what I like on my burger. Just mix it up in one container. I mean, why do you have to have separate containers for it? You know, keep it simple. I guess my toaster worked a little too good. Shouldn't have left it here for 4 or 5 minutes. I'll have to scrape these, salvage them. Really starting to rain now, so that's salvageable. Good to have the awning now. So there it is. Got a good burger with smoked sharp cheddar, sauteed onions and mushrooms, some homemade coleslaw, and a Dijon honey mustard vinaigrette. I think it's gonna rain the rest of the night. The clouds have rolled back in with a whole bunch of rain. Awning's doing great. All the rain, I had it kind of angled so it'll pour off the one side, and it's doing what it needs to do. I don't know how good it'd be with high wind situations, but we don't have that tonight. Definitely gonna pack up my cooking stuff, get it in for the night, and probably kick on that diesel heater. I think it'd be nice to get in and dry off and warm up a little bit. But it beats the hell out of -2. I don't think I can deal with that in the Midwest. I've heard a few people mention like how cold it was in the last video where I was talking about working out on my pole structure. People said Eastern Washington was like 18 degrees in the morning, and somewhere in the Midwest it was -2. I mean, like, that sounds miserable. I don't know how some of you guys do it in those places where it's not freaking cold all the time, but I guess you're probably wondering how the hell I deal with it when it's like cloudy, dark skies and rain for months on end. I don't know. I may need to try to get to somewhere that's a little warmer and sunnier for winter time. Guess my cook stuff is getting washed just by sitting out in the rain. Getting wet pretty quick here. So pack this stuff up and get that diesel heater kick on. Little cedar boxes turned out great. So I'm doing that little off-road and I didn't strap this power pack down. Did notice it was moved around quite a bit, so hopefully didn't mess up that cord there. Oh, looks like we got power still. These little diesel heaters are amazing. This is a 2 kilowatt.
Ignition sequence start.
Kick that thing on. Ignition. We got ignition. It cleans up quite a bit once it gets actually up to temp. It just now it fired up.
24 seconds into the flight, roll program complete. Atlantis now heads down, wings level on the proper alignment for its 8.5-minute ride to orbit.
So this is the setup I came up with. I had this clamp and I just took a scrap of plastic I had to set it up, kind of keep some stuff out of the rain. It's just you go on trips like this when it's raining out, all your camera gear gets completely soaking wet. I think I'm gonna go inside and dry up. The diesel heater is ripping right now. It's getting wet out there. Because it's such a small space, decided to try to use it as wise as possible. Diesel heater blows out over here. Got a rubber floor mat when you first come in to dry your shoes on. Not tracking a bunch of water in this tiny camper. Jacket hook, so the heater blows on the jacket, dries everything up quickly. Feels nice to be in here. Nice and warm. Well, totally dark out there. Cracked into my second cider. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time this evening and do some editing. I think it's about 8:30. Just been editing, but it's kind of weird hanging out in the camper and once in a while just randomly shake pretty hard. It's just wind outside. There's something about that, hanging out way up this mountaintop by yourself. And I think what's going on is that awning outside is really catching the wind and it's just pulling the thing around. So I think for me to get good sleep and not feel like the damn grizzly or Sasquatch is shaking the shit out of the camper, I'm gonna take down the awning tonight. I'm gonna have to go out there with the headlamp. It is dark out there tonight. That's the culprit right there. So I'm gonna take this thing down in case the wind picks up. Don't want to do it any later in the night. So, you know, the wind, it's getting kind of cold out here. Got my skylight open just a little bit, but you can really hear that wind's going. wind died down, so the camper's not kind of shaking around as much. And yeah, kind of mellowed out there. All right, I'm getting tired. Time for bed. It's a nice morning out there. Super high clouds and some clouds in the valley.
Is there a coffee made with those incredible tasting beans you find in gourmet coffee stores?
Oh, yes.
A very good coffee. Excellent.
Olympic Overland Cup, that's my brother's channel. And he hasn't been doing much on there for a while, but I've been trying to encourage him to get more active with it again. And speaking of being that, we're going to try to get this little Honda Acti going again. He had a deer about a year and a half ago and smashed the front end in a bit of the truck. The truck actually held up pretty well. He's fine. Window didn't get broken, radiator didn't get busted, so that was good. Just some cosmetic stuff, and he just kind of put it on the back burner. So hopefully in the next few weeks we can get him going again and get him out on the channel, and maybe see some videos on his own channel there. It'd be great, because I don't mind solo camping like this, it's fine, but it's sure fun going out there with him. Maybe if he brings Alvin along, it's just kind of fun to have someone else to go camping with. So hopefully we can see Olympic Overland out here and making some videos of his own again soon. Well, it's a beautiful day out. It's Sunday. Matter of fact, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Probably most of you guys won't be able to agree with me on this, but I'm just not a sports fan. I don't mind just being out here solo, camping. Don't care what happens at Super Bowl. I know that might bother some people, but I'm just not a sports guy like that. Gonna cook some breakfast here and pack up and probably head out. I got a bunch of stuff I want to do today before I gotta go back to my job. Kids have been sniffly for quite a few days, so hopefully tonight I don't start feeling like sick. That's usually what happens, start having to go to work feeling kind of crummy, so we'll see how that goes. What a gorgeous day. It's pretty cool. Guy's getting out flying his plane. Man, that looks like a lot of fun. That's an egg from that chicken that's always showing up in my videos. Used to have more. 2 of them turned out to be roosters, so I got rid of those. The other one disappeared, probably a raccoon. So only got that one, but she thinks she's like one of the dogs up there. She's always hanging out with the dogs. All right, breakfast is served. Got some coffee, egg.
Anything goes with eggs.
Breakfast sausage mixed with some potatoes, onions, and mushrooms. This is new to me. I've never seen this lake shop from here before. That's a different lake than the one we were looking at before, but I've never seen that down there. Guess it's been fogged in too many times, or on a motorcycle traveling from point A to point B. That's awesome. So I really like these little mini trucks.
Suzuki Carry.
They're very reliable once you get them going good. Like mine took a lot to get going, but keep in mind it's a 36-year-old Japanese truck that's been neglected for a majority of its life. The cool thing about the mini trucks is they're a scaled down truck. So they're built robust just like the truck is, just everything's a little bit smaller. I got a side-by-side recently, and it's a good little machine, but keep in mind they're scaled up from quads, and so they seem a little extra light duty. But it's fun. It has a better ride for off-road. It can go more places than this, but I like the heated cab in here. I would love to see these things come to the U.S. because I'd probably consider, as long as they're not marked up like ridiculous. I think these things sell for like $12,000 to $14,000 in Japan. It'd sure be nice to go buy a brand new truck, maybe a few more safety features on it than a 1990 Suzuki. But yeah, it would be really cool to be able to come across one of those things. But I don't think they'll ever. There's been some news recently about mini trucks possibly being sold in the U.S. in the future. There's too many safety standards and too many automotive companies that are going to basically lobby against that. There's just, and even side-by-side companies. You got to consider how many side-by-side companies may lose sales. So there's going to be a lot of people lobbying against it. And unfortunately, the way things work these days, that's a lost cause. I don't think it's going to happen. A lot nicer day today than yesterday. Man, it was pretty wet out, but still fun to get out. Just a real quick overnight. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, can you please give it a thumbs up? Leave a nice comment down below if you can. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Click that bell icon because YouTube is notoriously bad about notifying my subscribers. And I post a new video about every other weekend. Also, check the description down below for a bunch of different mini truck camping videos like this. All right, take care. Bye.